Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a point in every person's life when you have to stop waiting for somebody else to change your story. You have to look in the mirror and realize the person looking back at you holds every single key to your future. Reinvention doesn't start when the world believes in you. It starts the day you finally believe in yourself. You can't become a new you holding on to the old you. Life doesn't change until you make a decision to change it. You have to make a choice. Stay the same and complain, or rise up and rebuild the version of yourself that you've always dreamed of being. Life doesn't change until you decide to. Reinvention starts the moment you choose yourself. Every great transformation in life begins with one brave decision. The decision to stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself the approval you've been craving from the world. Most people keep waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right circumstances to change, but the truth is, those moments never come until you create them. You can't keep sitting in the same situation, complaining about how things aren't getting better while refusing to take the wheel of your own life. The moment you say, "I'm done living this way," is the exact moment your journey toward reinvention begins. You have to understand, life doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards action. Every new version of yourself is born from a moment of courage. A moment when you finally stand up and say, "I deserve more than this." That moment of choice is powerful because it breaks the pattern of settling. It's easy to keep doing what's comfortable, even when comfort is destroying. Reinvention demands that you step into discomfort, that you stretch yourself beyond what you thought was possible, and that you believe in a future version of yourself that no one else can see yet. The people around you might not understand your decision at first. They might question why you changing, why you distancing yourself, or why you doing things differently. But that's because your growth threatens the comfort of their own stagnation. Don't let their confusion become your cage. Choose yourself is not arrogance. It's awareness. It's understanding that if you want to elevate your life, you can't wait for someone else to hand you the opportunity. You have to create it. When you make that decision, when you say, "I'm going to rewrite my story," something powerful happens inside you. Your mindset shifts. You start to see that every challenge you face wasn't meant to break you, but to prepare you. You begin to realize that the power to change your circumstances has always been within you. All it needed was a decision. Reinvention doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intention. It's a daily commitment to become a little better, a little wiser, and a little stronger than the person you were yesterday. You can't move into your next chapter if you're still rereading the old one. So many people stay trapped because they're loyal to their past. They replay their mistakes, regret their choices, and punish themselves for things they can no longer change. But you can't heal by holding on to what hurt you. You have to let it go. You have to forgive yourself for the things you didn't know, for the times you stayed too long, and for the dreams you buried because of fear. The decision to reinvent yourself is also a decision to forgive yourself. You cannot rise if you keep carrying guilt. You cannot fly if you keep dragging your past behind you. When you choose yourself, you set yourself free. Every day you wake up, you are given a new chance to begin again. You don't have to be defined by what happened yesterday. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the failures you faced. You are the lessons you learned and the strength you gained. Reinvention means using your pain as a platform, not a prison. It means taking control of your destiny and refusing to let your past dictate your potential. That one decision to choose yourself, to believe that you deserve better, to take action even when you're afraid, can completely transform your life. Life changes when you do. The power to reinvent yourself is already within you. All you have to do is decide that from this day forward, you will no longer live in the shadow of who you were, but in the light of who you are becoming. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary for growth and peace. In a world that constantly demands your attention, your energy, and your time, it's easy to forget that you are the foundation of everything you do. You can't build a meaningful life, a strong family, or a successful career if you're running on empty. Yet so many people live their entire lives putting everyone else first, constantly saying yes to others and no to themselves. They give and give until there's nothing left inside, and then they wonder why they feel lost, drained, or disconnected. But here's the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you don't make yourself a priority, you'll never have the strength or peace to become who you're meant to be. Making yourself the priority isn't about being selfish or careless with others. It's about recognizing your worth. It's about understanding that your happiness, your health, and your growth are just as important as the needs of the people around you. You have to start treating your energy like a limited resource, because it is. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve your growth, you are saying no to yourself. You're saying no to your goals, your healing, your purpose. You have to start setting boundaries that protect your peace. You have to learn that it's okay to say no without guilt. The people who truly care about you will understand that your self-care isn't rejection, it's preservation. When you begin to prioritize yourself, you'll notice how your perspective shifts. You'll stop chasing validation from others because you'll start validating yourself. You'll stop living for approval and start living with intention. The opinions of others will no longer define your direction because your focus will be rooted in your own truth. You'll begin to see that peace is not something you find in other people, it's something you build within yourself. And once you have that peace, no one can take it from you. You'll move differently, speak differently, and think differently because your energy will no longer be tied to chaos or insecurity. You have to make time for yourself, time to rest, time to reflect, and time to grow. The grind culture of this world will make you believe that rest is laziness, that slowing down means you're falling behind, but that's a lie. You can't chase success while neglecting your soul. Balance is power. Taking care of your mind, body, and spirit is what allows you to perform at your best. When you honor yourself, you align with your purpose. You make better decisions, attract better opportunities, and handle life challenges with more grace. Self-prioritization builds strength from the inside out. Many people will misunderstand you when you start putting yourself first. They'll call you distant, different, or selfish. But that's okay. They're seeing a version of you that refuses to be drained for the comfort of others. Growth often looks like solitude at first. When you start prioritizing your peace, you might lose people who thrived on your chaos. That's not loss, that's alignment. You're not responsible for making everyone comfortable at the expense of your own health. You're responsible for living in a way that honors your spirit and your purpose. The truth is, the more you care for yourself, the more you can give to others. When you are full of peace and energy, you love better, lead better, and live better. Self-prioritization doesn't mean you stop helping people. It means you start helping from a place of wholeness, not exhaustion. You start showing up as your best self, not your tired self, not your resentful self, but your fulfilled self. And that's the version of you the world truly needs. So make yourself the priority, because when you are at peace, everything around you begins to thrive. Letting go of old versions of yourself creates space for the person you're meant to become. One of the hardest truths in life is realizing that the person you used to be can't take you where you're trying to go. We all have chapters of our lives that once defined us. Habits, mindsets, people, and places that felt familiar, comfortable, and safe. But as time passes, what once felt like home can start to feel like a cage. Exactly. Growth requires shedding layers that no longer fit your spirit. It's not about forgetting your past. It's about freeing yourself from the parts of it that no longer serve your purpose. You can't hold on to the old you and expect to step into the new you. Reinvention begins with release. So many people remain stuck because they are loyal to an outdated version of themselves. They keep replaying old memories, reliving past pain, or holding on to identities that were built from survival, not purpose. Maybe that old version of you was strong because it had to be. Maybe it carried pain that taught you resilience, or wore a smile that hid your hurt. But that version of you has served its purpose. You don't need to keep carrying it as proof of your worth. The world changes when you stop saying, that's just who I am, and start saying, that's who I was. Because when you accept that you are allowed to evolve, you open the door to becoming who you were always meant to be. Letting go is not easy. It's uncomfortable because it means losing the familiar. It means walking away from habits that once made you feel safe, even if they were holding you back. It means distancing yourself from people who don't align with your growth, even when you love them. But nothing grows in comfort. You cannot elevate and cling to what was. You have to be brave enough to release everything that weighs down your wings. You have to make peace with the fact that change may isolate you for a while. Not everyone is meant to walk every chapter of your journey. Some people are only lessons, not lifetime. The old version of you might whisper sometimes, telling you that you can't do it, that you're not ready, that you're not enough, but you have to learn to silence that voice. That voice was born from fear, from experiences that tried to break you. It doesn't belong in your new season. You are stronger now, wiser now, and far more capable than you realize. When you let go of who you were, you make room for who you can become. You make room for new opportunities, new relationships, and new levels of peace. Every time you release something that doesn't belong, you rise higher into alignment with your purpose. Sometimes letting go also means forgiving yourself for what you tolerated, for what you didn't know, for the times you stayed when you should have walked away. You don't owe guilt to your past. You owe gratitude to your growth. Every version of you existed to teach you something. The pain, the setbacks, the confusion, they all shaped your strength. But now it's time to honor those lessons by stepping into your new power. You can't embrace the light of your future while holding on to the shadows of your past. So release the old story. Stop identifying yourself by your scars. You are not your mistakes. You are your progress. You are not your pain. You are your healing. Every time you let go of what no longer serves you, you come closer to the best version of yourself, the one that's been waiting for you all along. The freedom you're seeking begins the moment you stop holding on. Your circle, habits, and mindset must align with your new vision. You cannot reinvent yourself while surrounding yourself with the same energy that keeps you stagnant. Every dream, every goal, every transformation requires an environment that supports it. The truth is, you can't soar with eagles if you're still walking with chickens. You can't become a better version of yourself while staying loyal to people, routines, and thoughts that belong to your past. Reinvention demands alignment, mental, emotional, and spiritual. You have to build a life that matches the version of yourself you're trying to become, not the version you're trying to leave behind. The people you surround yourself with either lift you higher or pull you low. You have to take a hard look at your circle and ask yourself, are these people helping me grow or keeping me stuck? Because not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some people are meant to be part of your history, not your destiny. And that's okay. Growth requires distance from anyone who drains your energy, doubts your vision, or makes you question your worth. You can love people from afar and still choose yourself. The company you keep shapes your confidence, your mindset, and your future. If you want to level up, you need to be around people who push you to be greater. People who speak life into your dreams and hold you accountable when you start settling. But it's not just about people, it's about habits. Your habits are the foundation of your success or your failure. You can't create a new life with the same old routines that built your old one. Change requires consistency. It requires discipline when motivation fades. You can't keep saying you want to grow while spending your days doing things that keep you small. Every decision you make, what you read, what you watch, how you spend your time, either feeds your growth or starves it. Start replacing distractions with development. Replace complaining with gratitude. Replace comfort with challenge. Every small habit that aligns with your purpose builds the momentum that leads to transformation. And then there's the mindset, the root of everything. Your mindset controls how you see yourself and the world around you. If your thoughts are negative, your life will reflect it. You can't think small and expect big results. You have to reprogram your mind to believe in what's possible even when it hasn't shown up yet. The mind is powerful. It can be your greatest ally or your biggest obstacle. Reinvention starts with the thoughts you allow to live in your head. Speak over yourself daily. Declare who you are becoming, not who you've been. Don't let fear, doubt, or comparison steal your focus. The world will try to convince you that you're dreaming too big. But remember, the size of your dream isn't the problem. The size of your belief is. Alignment is about bringing your circle, your habits, and your mindset into harmony with your purpose. You can't expect abundance while surrounding yourself with negativity. You can't expect success while feeding yourself distractions. You can't expect peace while allowing chaos to rule your thoughts. Every step of your reinvention requires awareness. Awareness of who you let influence you, what you do daily, and what you tell yourself. When all three align with your vision, that's when life begins to shift. That's when the impossible starts to become possible. You owe it to yourself to build an environment that nurtures your growth. Don't feel guilty for outgrowing people, habits, or situations that no longer fit your future. You're not being cold, you're being called. Every step you take toward alignment brings you closer to the version of yourself you were created to be. And once your circle, habits, and mindset align with your vision, your life will move with purpose. Unstoppable, unshakable, and full of direction. Discipline requires discipline, patience, and belief when no one else sees your potential. It's easy to talk about change when things are going well, but true reinvention happens in the dark. In the quiet moments when nobody's watching, clapping, or believing in you. Is built through small, consistent choices that no one else notices. Discipline is the bridge between your current reality and your future vision. You can't talk your way into transformation. You have to work your way into it. And that work will test you. It will demand your consistency when you're tired, your focus when you're distracted, and your faith when progress feels invisible. That's where real growth lives, in the unseen grind, not the applause. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means waking up early to chase your dreams while others are still asleep. It means saying no to distractions that promise comfort but steal your future. Every day you keep a promise to yourself, you build self-respect. And that self-respect becomes the foundation for your confidence. People often look for motivation, but motivation fades. Discipline stays. It's what carries you through the days when inspiration is gone and doubt is loud. You don't need to feel ready. You need to stay consistent. Because discipline will do what emotion can't. But discipline alone isn't enough. You also need patience. Reinvention doesn't happen overnight. The seed doesn't sprout the same day as planted. You have to trust the process. You can't rush what's meant to grow slowly. Patience means believing that every effort, every small step, every sacrifice is building something bigger, even if you can't see it yet. The waiting season is not wasted time, it's preparation time. The universe, God, or whatever you believe in will never hand you something you're not ready to carry. So while you wait, work. While you're building, believe. Because the longer it takes, the stronger the foundation becomes. Growth that lasts takes time. And when your breakthrough finally comes, it will be worth every ounce of patience you invested. Belief is the third pillar of reinvention, the one that keeps your spirit alive when everything else feels uncertain. There will be moments when you'll feel alone on your journey, when your vision seems too far, when your dreams sound too crazy. People might doubt you, they might laugh at you, they might even walk away. But that's when you have to believe the loudest. You have to believe in your purpose more than others believe in your potential. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Faith isn't about having proof. It's about trusting the process even when the evidence hasn't shown up yet. You have to learn to see yourself as capable before the results come. See yourself succeeding before it happens. Speak life over your goals. Reinvention is built on the foundation of unwavering belief. The kind of belief that says, even if I fall, I'll rise again. The kind that pushes through rejection, through failure, through loneliness, knowing that this journey isn't for everyone to understand. Discipline keeps you moving. Patience keeps you grounded. Belief keeps you alive. Together they form the core of transformation. Every great story of success started with someone who refused to give up when no one else believed. Be that person for yourself. When it gets hard, and it will, remember that the struggle is proof that you're growing. The pain is proof that you're pushing beyond your limits. Don't stop because it's slow. Don't quit because it's quiet. Keep showing up. Keep believing, because when you stay disciplined, patient, and full of faith, eventually the world will see what you've known all along, that you were always meant to rise. When you make yourself the priority, everything around you improves. Your health, your confidence, and your purpose. The moment you begin to honor yourself, you send a message to the world about what you will and will not tolerate. You start creating balance in areas of your life that once felt out of control. People often think that focusing on yourself means neglecting others, but in truth, when you become whole, everything connected to you becomes better. When you operate from a place of peace and clarity, your relationships strengthen, your work improves, and your energy attracts better opportunities. Putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's the foundation for everything you want to build. You can't serve from an empty soul. You can't inspire others if you're constantly running on fumes. The best gift you can give to anyone is the best version of yourself. When you make yourself a priority, your health begins to shift. You stop ignoring the signals your body gives you, the exhaustion, the stress, the tension you used to push aside. You begin to take care of yourself because you understand that you can't chase your goals if your body is breaking down. Health is not just physical. It's mental and emotional too. You start setting boundaries that protect your peace, choosing rest without guilt, and nourishing your mind with positivity instead of pressure. You realize that self-care isn't luxury, it's survival. A healthy mind and body allow you to move through life with strength, and that strength gives you the power to face whatever challenges come your way. Confidence grows naturally when you begin to prioritize yourself. You start to recognize your worth, not because someone told you, but because you finally see it in yourself. You stop settling for less in relationships, in work, in life, because you understand what you deserve. The more you invest in your growth, the more your self-belief expands. You begin to carry yourself differently. Your energy changes. You walk into rooms not looking for approval, but bringing value. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about certainty. Knowing who you are and refusing to shrink for anyone. When you focus on your growth, your confidence becomes unshakable because it's built on the solid foundation of self-respect, and then something powerful happens. Your purpose begins to come alive. When you start caring for yourself, you clear the noise that once clouded your mind. You begin to hear that inner voice guiding you towards something greater. You start recognizing what truly matters and what doesn't. The distractions that once consumed your energy begin to fade, and you gain clarity about the path ahead. Purpose doesn't come from chasing what others expect. It comes from living in alignment with who you really are. When you put yourself first, you create the space to listen to your calling. You find meaning in your pain, strength in your struggles, and direction in your growth. Making yourself the priority also transforms your relationships. When you respect yourself, you teach others how to treat you. You stop begging for love, attention, or validation because you've already given those things to yourself. You begin attracting people who respect your boundaries, value your energy, and match your effort. The relationships you keep become healthier because they're built on mutual respect, not dependence. You'll notice that the more you grow, the more the right people will naturally align with your energy and the wrong ones will fade away. Everything around you starts to shift when you prioritize yourself. Your health strengthens, your confidence deepens, your peace expands, and your purpose unfolds. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You become more grounded, more focused, and more fulfilled. And the beauty of it all is that when you take care of yourself first, you end up giving more to the world, not from emptiness, but from abundance. Because when you make yourself the priority, you don't just change your life, you change everything connected to it.